Joe Martinez. My father was his instructor, and he was a neighbor. His parents had a ranch just down around the corner from us. They had apricots. We loved as kids to play in that field. And they would irrigate it, and it'd be really, really muddy. I can't tell you how many pairs of tennis shoes I lost in that field, and how many times my mother was so upset that I lost my good pair of tennis shoes. But Joe would go find them. Joe had kind of a limp. He had a little bit of a limp, bad leg. And when he was really young, he went up to the front doorstep of my parents' house, rang the doorbell, and he said, "My name is Joe Martinez, and I want to sell you a subscription to the Sacramento Bee." And my dad was just like amazed by this young kid that came up. My dad said, no, I don't have enough money. And he goes, well, can I come back another day? The next day, there was Joe Martinez again. Would you like to buy a subscription to the Sacramento Bee? Finally, my father gave in to him. And what my father found in that man was he was going to be a leader. Because his mom and dad were immigrants, they owned a small ranch. He helped take care of his wonderful two brothers that I remember so well as Emilio and Chris, that they were always by his side, and he never, ever let those two down because they too had some disabilities. But he went and was with my father and learned about FFA. My dad taught him how to be a leader, and he took off with it. He won Parliamentary Procedure Awards. He won Star Green Hand Award. He was a public speaker. All these things that no one thought that Joe could ever do. And Joe proved every single one of those people wrong. See, he was raised in Winters, and everybody in Winters knows each other. In fact, he knew Winters so well is that when he heard our health care, our doctors, Dr. Corbin Young and Ernie Young could no longer keep the business, he found a way to keep the business of rural health care in Winters, California. And how did he do that? Because he had the network of all the farmers. He would work with the farmers and talk to them about, can you contribute some money? How do we keep health care in Winters? And he did that for years, banging on doors, asking people for money, trying to figure out grants. And so many people in Winters were so grateful for that. Now, eventually, we started getting bigger, and we ended up being a federally funded healthcare system, which is just incredible now, serving so many people in our community. But Joe was special. I could see him right now going, oh, don't talk about me. You know, I got things to do. He helped put in the walnut orchards right around our neighborhood. He'd come and realize who needed what kind of irrigation. He did all that stuff. And a lot of people didn't realize all the power that man had behind him. So I stand here today to say, it opened my heart today to see the Cal Poly leadership group here. Because those young men and women were at one time what Joe would do. Last week we had the FFA here, and that was what Joe would do. He won national awards, state awards, and no one thought he could do it. But my father said, anyone that could sell me a Sacramento Bee and ask me millions of times when I didn't have any money, it was worth it. So Shelley and Ryan and, I forgot your other ones, and Brett, I want to thank you very much for sharing your father, all of you that are here. He would be so happy to see this little Robin, and God bless him. And I know he's with my dad, trying to figure out what next project they could do. Thank you, and may we end this evening by adjourning in peace for him. Thank you.